Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi everybody, welcome to Bayou Time Sports. I'm Stan Gravois, and it is that time of year for Nicholls State University to announce the inductees for their 2025 class, the Nicholls State University Athletic Hall of Fame. And that class was announced just recently. We are very happy to tell you that Stephanie Barnett, James Bergeron, Callie Claymore, Chase Forcade, Sully Leish, and Matt Rome will be inducted on October 25th. That morning at 10 o'clock in the morning at Talbot Hall, they'll have a special induction ceremony. Then that evening, when the Colonels take on McNeese State in football, they will be recognized at halftime. Let's start with Stephanie Barnett a little bit. She is a young lady who's actually from Australia. She played tennis at Nicholls State from 2014 to 2019. In 2005, she was the Southland Conference and the Louisiana Sports Writers Association Player of the Year, the Southland Conference Student Athlete of the Year, and she was all Southland Conference first team in both singles and doubles. That is very impressive. In her career at Nicholls State, she posted a mark of 64 wins and 20 losses. Wow. Her sophomore season, she was actually 11-0. Think about that, folks. She had to come all the way from Australia and was stellar on the tennis courts for the Colonels. Congratulations to her. She actually got hurt. You see, from 14 to 19, that's because she actually got a medical red shirt. She was hurt at one point in her career and then came back and finished it off. Congratulations to Stephanie, as she will be inducted on the 25th. And my friend James Bergeron, catcher for the Colonels baseball team from 1970 to 1973. He lettered all 4 years as a Colonel while he was there. Of course, in 1970, he played on that World Series team in Division III that made it all the way to that World Series. And then again in 1972, he played on a team that made it to the Division II regionals. So really good teams there under the leadership of Ray Didier. James Bergeron was a catcher who had hit about 300 in his career there, but he was a all-Gulf States Conference player for the Colonels. And if you ever around James, he loves Nicholls baseball. So I think it's a great award for him. It'll be good to see him going into this Hall of Fame. Next to him, you see Callie Claymore, another local product. I mentioned James and failed to mention he's from Houma and played over at Terrebonne High School. Callie Claymore, who played only 2 years of softball at Nicholls, is from right here in Thibodaux. She played at E.D. White, went on to Spring Hill College. After 2 years at Spring Hill, she came back to Thibodaux and starred for the Nicholls State Colonels. She was the Southland Conference Newcomer of the Year in 2018. She hit .321 that year with 8 home runs and 21 RBIs. Nicholls won 40 games that year, and it was obviously due to her success. So Callie Claymore, a product of Thibodaux, is coming right back into the Hall of Fame at Nicholls State University. And then for you folks who love football, the two next names are not going to be any surprise to you. Chase Forcade and Sully Leish, they are guys who revolutionized football over at Nicholls State University. Chase Forcade is from the New Orleans area, played his high school football at Rummel, was a terrific quarterback for the Colonels. He had it. Whatever it is, Chase Forcade had it. He is the Colonels' leader in passing yards. He's the Colonels' leader in passing touchdowns, completion percentage, total yards, rushing touchdowns. He holds just about every offensive record for Nicholls State University. In 2018, he was the Southland Conference Player of the Year, and he was also named the Southland Conference Offensive Player of the Year in 2019 and was a two-time All-Louisiana selection, as the Colonels were stellar in those years that Chase was there. Also, they were stellar when Sully Leish was there. Sully played his high school ball at Lutcher High School. He played those same years that Chase did. He was an All-Southland Conference defensive player. He was the Southland Conference Player of the Year on defense in one of those years he was there. He led the Southland Conference in tackles for loss He had 37.5 sacks for the Colonels, which ranks second all time in Nicholls State history. Just a great defensive player for the Colonels out of Letcher High School. And finally, that last guy you see going in is Matt Rome. Matt Rome was the athletic director at Nicholls from 2016 to 2020, and he was a guy who did some really good things. He is a guy who led that school with 3 new sports being brought in, that being beach volleyball, indoor track and field, and outdoor track and field. Men's outdoor track and field, I should say. He was also a guy who not only knew how to set the standard on the field, on the courts for the Colonels, he set the standard related to getting money, because obviously that's what an athletic director has to do sometimes. And he went out and he got that beautiful book vault center built in the end zone over at John L. Guidry Stadium, along with other things along the way. Matt Rohn is now the athletic director at James Madison University in the Sun Belt Conference, and he has certainly succeeded. He sort of set the bar, and I know that JT Terrell considers him a mentor along the way. So what a class that'll be. Again, they will be celebrated on October 25th at John L. Guidry Stadium at halftime of the game with McNeese, and earlier that day, they're actually going to be at Talbot Hall. Got to take a break. We'll be back after this.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.